Well, welcome to World Challenge TV, run in association with Skydive Mag. We'd like to welcome here Hayabusa, the current World Challenge champions for a few years now, 3 years?
3 years,
Is this going to be year 4?
That's 3.
Let's hope.
And you're just fresh back from the Paraclete indoor meet where you did a very nice average. Just remind me what it was.
30.9?
Yeah,
Yeah.
39.
30.9.
And then the wind games was 31.
0.4?
Yeah.
So you're really kicking some ass. Is this going to be your year that you take the World Championship?
Oh, we sure hope so.
We hope to succeed in that, yeah, for sure.
And what have you got lined up this year for training-wise?
Well, we have after this competition, we head off to Empuria Brava in Spain for a training camp, and we have 5 other training camps before the World Meet. So hopefully we can, we're aiming at another 500 jumps, hopefully when the weather is cooperating. So this is our last preparation for the World Meet. So that's what we got.
Because that's the only, if I'm right, that's the only the prize you haven't got yet. You've won a few World Cups now, you've won a lot of, almost every season that you've entered, you've won an awful lot of channel competitions, but that's the final, the final prize, is it?
The cherry on the cake.
The cherry on the cake.
Yeah, we're missing that. We were close, but,
Yeah, that was an epic battle. epic.
Yeah.
What was it? 1 point in the end, but you both did 17 points more than you scored in any other meet.
Yeah.
That's really, really amazing how the challenge of having someone kicking on your heels can push you to score
Absolutely.
better than ever. It's good for people out there though to realise maybe how long it takes to get to the top, because you've been here, the 3 of you in the same lineup. When did Hayabusa first form?
Well, we formed in October 2002.
Yeah,
That's
so
when we
12
started.
years ago.
Yeah. And ever since the 3 of us, Andy, Dave, and myself, we're been together. So we're out there already for quite a while. And I think when you start from almost let's say 10, 11 average that we started back in the days, it takes quite some time to grow, and especially when you don't have the facilities to train full time since the beginning. But for sure, every team that starts needs their time, to have the good lineup together and get the experience in it, and all the skills that it needs. But some other teams that were already professional is a different game. But normally when you start from the bottom, like us, it will take some years to get on the top. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't appreciate that. Maybe they're not as old as me because they don't remember you back from those days. But it's a real achievement to come from a completely amateur team and actually to become a professional team, through the army that you are, full-time skydivers. But it's not that you needed to become full-time skydivers to hit the 20-point average. You were already there, and it just shows to me, I don't know, that you can do it if your will is strong enough.
I think we had the 20 average in 2005.
Yeah, 20 and 20.
Yeah,
2006.
that's what I'm saying, because I think from the outside people,
Just the last competition that we did before we got.
The ESL we had, I think.
Just the last one, I think.
people can think that that you're in some kind of an elite club, that they invited you in, forgetting that you actually, clawed your way through sheer determination and hard work.
Well, also it sounds stupid, but the things evolve as well. I mean, when we did the 20 average as an amateur team, I think we were, the only one. But if you look maybe 5 years later, you had more amateur teams beyond 20 average benchmark. So, and even now you still have multiple teams going almost to the 21. What is nice. So you see that the whole sport is evolving to something much more spectacular. Also, for example, like for us, we try to beat the 27.8 that airspeed did in Dubai 2012. We're trying to beat that one as well. So it's nice to have a target that you would like to beat. So it only makes yourself much stronger.
And do you find that's how you keep yourself motivated when? If you have airspeed there and you're jumping with them, then that's motivation enough. But like this year, who is your competition here? You
Yeah,
know?
I think it's once if you're jumping up against airspeed, it's nice to beat, for sure. Doesn't matter what the outcome is. But if they're not here, then then you have already the figure that you had last year, or the benchmark that's already there. You try to beat that one. So you always try to push yourself over the limit that is already reachable. So if airspeed is there, it doesn't mind what that you win. But if not, then you just try to beat some more records or whatever. Make yourself even stronger than ever before.
I think we're more, with all respect to all the other teams, of course, I think we're mostly jumping against ourselves, you know.
Yes.
To find the drive and everything, to keep pushing like you normally can do when you have other teams next to you, you know, that push you a lot. And this year, you know, of course, there's a lot of strong teams, but there's no one as close as, for example, airspeed. We have luckily the French national team is here. We have another few other teams that will be strong, so this is good. But you know, really to have the heat on it, it's a bit different. But it's another challenge that we need to master. So.
But that's also something that helps, of course. Like if you're jumping against an airspeed, it helps push yourself also to a certain limit.
Yes.
You know?
Rather than pretending that they.
Exactly. And if you have to do it on your own, it's sometimes a little bit harder because also you have more distractions. And if you have an airspeed together with competing with you, you're more focused.
Yes.
So now it's up to us to be focused to get a high score on this meet.
Let's talk about Dennis, because he's sitting there like he doesn't really want to be interviewed. How have you found it stepping into the team, Dennis? You seem like the what they've been looking for a long time. No disrespect, Sven.
Sven, Luke.
Well, actually, I was surprised that after 2010 that Saul, which I replaced, that was gonna stop. And then they had to pick between myself and then another guy who was a little bit older, at the time a little bit more mature. Stuff like that.
No.
But they picked me, and I was surprised, but I grabbed it with my two hands and I just wanted to go for it, and yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Has he brought a new energy into the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think in all honesty, without Dennis, we wouldn't come this far. I think he's
He said that as well.
But not live yet.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. I think he's one of the most talented flyers that I personally know. Also mentally proven in the beginning is really strong. Sometimes, especially in the beginning, he was a bit young, but you know, it's part of the age, I guess. But we're very lucky to have him, and yes, I mean the steps we make and the progress that the three of us, could make through all the years, is big part thanks to Dennis. So yes. Besides that, he's a pain in the ass.
Only let him know that as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a precious lot to come into, Dennis, because in a way your father, you know, Paul, he's been kind of grooming you this for a long time, hasn't he? And then sometimes they say, you know, careful what you wish for because you might just get it. Did you feel it was a big pressure when?
It's actually when I started skydiving myself and I saw the guys like videos and I knew my father was like he likes to do the same stuff like the formation skydiving, and I was looking at the guys. I was like, wow, and I want to learn how to fly like that. And then it all started with taking coaching from Roy for the most part, flying with Andy, and. Yeah, there was a lot of help from my dad, a lot of will from me, and but my dad also always said to those guys like, hey, if he doesn't have it, tell me because it's a lot of money that I'm spending here. But yeah, they never did, and I kept going and asking for every month the tunnel and kept on pushing, and well, eventually if you work hard for it, I think you can get what you want.
Yeah. Good for you. It's really nice to see because, as I say, there was Sven there, and then there was Luke and Saul, and you know they were all great guys. But you can see it just kind of works. So I wish you great competition, and thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.